Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, Kenyans are on the street. They are demonstrating. But again, we must ask ourselves, why are Kenyans on the street demonstrating? It is good to remind ourselves that we had the 2023 financial bill that was passed. After that one, in fact, first of all, the bill originated from the cabinet, from the CS for finance, then to the National Assembly, and from National Assembly we had public participation, then back to the National Assembly, and after they passed that bill, William Ruto appended a signature to that bill, making it a law. But then Kenyans were watching very careful, and they realized that whatever input they had gave on that financial bill through public participation, it was not given a chance. So the question was, what is the meaning and purpose of public participation when it comes to such matter that is touching on the people? Remember, in our 2010 constitution, it gave more power to the people, where now you have to engage or involve people or Kenyans on matters touching on them before you pass such kind of a bill. The importance of public participation. And this one is in Article 118 of the Kenyan Constitution, which requires public participation. Let me just read it for reminders. Article 118B of the Constitution requires Parliament to facilitate public participation and involvement in legislative and other business of the Assembly and its committees. It further provides that Parliament conduct its business in an open manner and hold its sitting and those of committee in public. So Kenyans are back on the street because 75% said different from what Ruto and the Parliament have passed. That news was also shared widely. If we check in a nation, this is what Kimani Ichung'wah said. No other bill, not even the infamous political party bills, has had a more rigorous public participation exercise than the finance bill. He is admitting to this. This is the majority leader in the National Assembly. But then, if you read, you see there widespread opposition to Ruto Finance Bill 2023 as 74 interest group reject it. With all the, imagine those groups, you go there, you say you are this group, this organization, all that, you give your views. But they were writing down, and at the end of the day, they never took it seriously or put it in consideration when they are passing this bill. So it means they listened to Kenyans, they wrote what they were saying, but they never included anything, not even an inch of the views from Kenyans for that financial bill. They went and passed that bill in the manner in which they had already predetermined, just from the cabinet. Apart from few things to do with the issue to do with the from 15% to 8% on content creating. Then the issue of housing. Their target was 1.5, but they were raising it to 3 so that they will scale it down to 1.5. But most of the things there, especially fuel, they never touched, but Kenyans had different views from this one. And that's why someone is asking here, what is the meaning and the purpose of public participation? If they're not taking our views when we are giving, then they go ahead and pass the bill after even listening to us. What is the importance of public participation? When they come for your vote, they know you are a very important person and your choice and views are very important. But after they take your vote, they see you as a person who do not understand. So they see you as a fool. That's why they come and listen to you, but they don't buy into what you're telling them. That's exactly what our members of parliament and the executive is doing.
Baba yako ninaweza ongea kuhusu finance bill. I only have question yenye naweza uliza. What is the meaning and what is the purpose of public participation in any legislation? Kama tunaenda tunapitisha tunafanya public participation na over 90% ya wale watu wote walipeleka maoni yao, walipinga vipengele fulani katika hiyo finance bill. Then serikali inatuambia tupende tusipende watalipitisha tu. Swali langu ni hili. Ilikuwa na maana gani kufanya public participation? Is it a one way just go and ask questions to people, ama their views na maoni yao ina play a role in making of the law? Because kama haitatumika kwa kufanya hiyo sheria, haifai kufanya nini? Haifai kufanya hiyo public participation. Na tunawaambia akina Omtatah aende kotini wa demand the interpretation of public participation. Ama ni kuuliza tu maswali, ama ni kutumia maoni yao katika kutengeneza sheria. Kwa sababu kama haitatumika haina maana. Sisi hatuna shida na finance bill na collection of taxes na whatever. Lakini our views must count. You can't force anything to us. Na haiwezi kuwa tulikuwa welevu tukiwachagua, alafu tutakuwachagua ikue hatuwezi fikiria ni nini mzuri yetu, that we must be forced to buy or to take whatever comes. The same brains tulitumia kuwachagua are the same brains tumetumia kukataa zile vipengele hatutaki kwa hiyo finance bill. Na tunaambia wabunge wetu wote wajue watasikiliza nani. Sisi ndio tuliwatuma huko, na tumesema mambo kadhaa kwa hiyo finance bill kama housing and extra taxations tumeikataa. Wacha serikali tafute njia ya kudiversify the way ya kutafuta taxes kwa wale watu wenye hawalipi, si wenye wanalipa waongezewe zaidi ya ile uwezo wako nayo ya kufanya nini, ya kulipa. So my point is that the purpose of public participation must count.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, Ruto has proved to Kenyans that he is a man of one way. It is either his way or the highway. And that is why the finance bill was passed the way it was. If you listen to what he said before the bill was passed, just closing to time when members of parliament were about to go and vote on that bill, he issued threats to the members of parliament. And it was very clear that he wanted to see those members of parliament that are going to vote against that bill to deny him a chance to collect more money, according to him, to deliver to Kenyans. He was very categorical and with a lot of threats to members of parliament. Above all, we know, and Osoro alluded to this, that they played that game to trick as members of parliament to pass that bill. We know money exchanged hands. Some members of parliament were tricked, and indeed they had their way. So, executive came with a bill, and the parliament rubber stamped it. They refused to add in the views from Kenyans. Therefore, that bill did not consider what is in the 2010 Constitution, which requires public participation. Because of that, this bill is not the right one. It should not be considered into law in as much Ruto has signed it. So that's why we are seeing there is a case in the court. Okiya is pushing for this. The issue to do with the other things that Kenyans talked about but were never considered. Then those one that is touching on county government. Then those one that is against the law. So the focus here was that they want to overtax Kenyans, in mind thinking to tax to prosperity. Something that will never sell. Because of all this, that's why we are seeing people are on the street demonstrating. They are picketing because they are telling William Ruto, we gave our views, but you refuse to listen. We said 16% is not better for now because many people lost their jobs during COVID and they're just trying to get out of COVID, recovering from COVID. Giving 16% is like just killing these people and their business completely. It is better it retain at 8% or look for something that's not 16. But he did not listen at all. Because of this, Kenyans are on the street demonstrating. They are picketing, they are saying that you refuse to listen to us and you pass this. Now we are coming in mass action to reject this bill. Reverse it or else you are on your own. And if they refuse completely, that's when the issue of refusing to give tax comes in. So this issue is being pushed through the court and in public opinion court demonstration. So judges have a knife in their hand. They have to make a decision between the Kenyan people and the executive. Who should be strangled and who should survive? They have that chance. But above all, people are on the street. They are asking for justice in this financial bill. Ruto has to rethink. He has to stop it and start afresh. That's what Raila Odinga is saying, and he's not speaking his mind. It is what Kenyans have told him. Mama Mboga has no space to breathe. The border riders have been strangled through the fuel. You check on the basic commodities, people have not left out. Why are they taxing content creators 5% when they are not helping them in any way in the line in which they are doing, when they're making their content? The government is not helping in any way. At least for Mama they build a shed, they build a kibanda. How are wengine? With all this, these taxes, if it is going to pass, many businesses are going to die. If people are crying today and the finance bill continues to go on without being stopped, it means there will be no crying, there will be death. Kenya is going to be reduced into a shakahola. We are being subjected to a bigger shakahola now, whereby you might be having your last meal, and from there, you have no space. You buy, you are being taxed. You earn, pay as you earn. You are being taxed also. So the house levy is here. They want to increase NHIF. For NSF, we don't have problem. But with all this, you find out that even if you are earning 20,000, you end up going home with merely 12,000 shillings, which is nothing. Because even the shilling is losing value, but Ruto is not focusing on strengthening the shilling. Mass action is here to solve the problem that Ruto has refused, the National Assembly refused to solve, and the public participation views was not taken serious into consideration. That's why people are defying William Ruto. They are now rejecting the entire cabinet. They are rejecting this government, and they are now calling for fresh public participation, then the passing of the bill, with the putting it in mind on people's views.